whatever is occurring for you at this time. This now we've got 4 and 1. There is 5, so it could be 5 days or 5 weeks maybe. Just take it as it resonates. Or the number 5 may be relevant for you. But North Node is all about getting on purpose. So this is the future, what you came here to get on with. Now this can take many forms, obviously, but this is some sort of activation that you are getting at this time. So this is normally a big yes card or a big door swinging open that you may have been knocking on for a while, or just you just suddenly find yourself in the right place at the right time to take advantage of this. Or it could just be that you are suddenly realizing something, or you're seeing something that you just didn't see before. And now you see an opportunity. Now you see your way forward. Now you see your future. And this can be with somebody specific, within your relationship. This could be you and your person. Or it could be personally related to your actual life purpose or your career or something like that. But some big door swings open, but likewise, some aspect of the past will also go. Now, that could be a bit of a sudden thing that occurs. It's like a realization or an epiphany or a turning point of some sort could occur. But it's really about getting you moved into the right place at the right time. You just find yourself there somehow. And it's normally very, very positive. This is your positive karma coming back to you as well. And it's really what you came here to work on in this lifetime. Now, it might not be, you may not see the full picture. Not all of us are shown the full picture because we probably would run away in horror. It's too overwhelming. You get shown steps bit by bit, chunks that you can actually manage. But it's a very positive aspect, and it could be that a soul member, so this could be a soul mate or a very person that you have a very deep bond with, so this could be your person, or others may come around you at this time, and usually they pop up, because they've got aspects they want to work on with you in this lifetime. These are things that you've decided on together. And but it could also be that this is going to be triggered by something activated, because you've got marked fairness here. It's saying the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So it seems to me that you have some kind of situation which you may just be coming out of now, and now you're seeing the way forward. Take it as it resonates. Normally this is around legal things, but it can also be contracts, documents. It could also be aspects of like negotiations or discussions and mediation of some sort, actually sitting down and discussing things, coming up with solutions and so on. But it's saying that there is fairness here. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So whatever is occurring for you, whatever form it's taking, she normally just says, though, that to detach from a specific outcome which you may be gunning for, just to detach from that and put your case forward, say what you need to say, do what you need to do, but then just release and let go, and let the universe handle it, because you don't have the full perception of the situation. You've only got your perception. You can't see from somebody else's point of view or anybody else's point of view. You can only see from yours. Whereas the universe and Mart, they can see all. So, let them work on it, and let the universe bring the solution to you, or bring the situation that is going to, be the best outcome for all. And let them deal with it. Get out of your own way, as it were, because you can block yourself if you're fixating on a specific outcome, and it may not be the best situation actually at the end of the day. But there it is. And then for your person, Sekhmet, be strong, and then Jupiter return. So the Jupiter return energy is a very positive energy. This is breakthrough or luck or some kind of benefit or opportunity that's coming in for them. It could be multiple opportunities, or it could be one that is from the past. Now this can be anywhere up to 12 years ago for this person. And it could have been 2 years ago, whatever the situation is, something that they wanted or were wanted to bring into being, whether it's your relationship, it could be you, or it could be some other aspect of their life, something that they wanted to do or could have done or should have done, or they wanted to get off the ground, whether it's an idea or a business or a relationship or whatever it may be, just never happened. It just didn't connect, or it didn't take off, or it crashed, and there was nothing left of it, and that was the end of it, or so this person thought, but something could come out of that. Usually it's something comes back from the past bearing fruit. It could even be an investment or whatever the situation is, but Jupiter brings benefits of all sorts. Now, it could be monetary, it could be a relationship, the return of a lover, as I say, or it could be the return of some other kind of benefit or something that they wanted or would have liked to have done in the past. But they do still need to work on it. They do still need to anchor this blessing or this benefit or this opportunity down. They're still got to steer their ship. So it could be something presenting, a number of opportunities presenting. They've got to just try each one until they, and see it through. Now, segment be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. It could be that you and your person were together before, and in either in your, in this life or another life or whatever the situation is, and it didn't come off or it didn't happen or something went wrong. That's one aspect, or it could be that they are needing to go after something which is important to them, and possibly also for the relationship. Now, she's saying that they're going to need to be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So there's courage required here as well. Now, I did say that courage will come in as well with that strong Leo energy, 13, 14 July. It's also saying that they need to have a very strong mindset, and this is a victorious outcome in their mind. So positive words, positive thoughts, and not to be swayed by naysayers and skeptics, okay, or people that are negative about whatever is occurring here for them or for the relationship. They need to have courage to move forward with that. And stay strong, and also maybe physical strength is required. They may need to do some exercise just to help them to carry this forward and to make sure that they bring this benefit home. Now, for the situation we have here, we've got 4th house and we've got Ishtar. 4th house is about the house, the actual physical house and home, so the structure, where you are currently residing, whether you are together or living separately at the moment and planning to come together or whatever the situation is. So it could be renovation or physical moving, as in moving house or upscaling, downscaling, whatever the situation. It could also be the atmosphere or the people in your home. And it can also be your relationship to your roots, your foundation, where you've come from, your family, your ancestry, your ethnic identity. I mean, possibly, you may be from different places or different foundations, or have different identities, and there could be a bit of friction there, because you've got boundaries coming in. So what she's saying is that love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So this could be a number of ways manifesting. It could be family related. Maybe you have children, or maybe you have other family members that are making demands on your time and energy, and it's having an effect on your relationship, or whatever the situation may be. Or it could be that, as I said, you two come from different places, and there could be issues coming from family members about that. Or it could be that you've been together before, it didn't work, or something happened and now you're getting grief from them again. It just depends. But it's saying that you either need to check your boundaries and make sure that you are not blocking old boundaries that you've got in place from previous situations. You may be blocking yourself from receiving this love or receiving this breakthrough or this relationship or whatever, or receiving some kind of aspect where you are moving on. You may have boundaries around that and you're blocking yourself from moving on, or it could be that you need to put some boundaries in. So this could be from your person or from your family members or some other situation, but it's just saying love yourself enough to say no. Okay, so love yourself. This is the key here. Love yourself, and look after yourself. Be your own best friend. It could also be that you may need to just set some boundaries to give yourself some time for yourself or for your relationship. It could be your own interests, your own hobbies, things to do with you, your own recreation, your own activities that you like to do, whether it's meditation or whatever it may be. Because we have got here freedom. So it could be that either you're wanting more freedom in some way, either within the relationship or to do with your family or your routines around your home, to give you more freedom to go after your own interests, enjoy your own recreational activities or time with your girlfriends or your boyfriends or whatever the situation is, if you're masculine or feminine, just time away to go and do your own thing or to pursue various activities and so on. Or it could just be freedom as in time alone, just to enjoy various home activities, however it applies to you. But you're going to need to take some initiative with this. Okay, so you need to set boundaries, or you need to clear obstructive boundaries that you may have. Okay, so just have a look at that and see. Now we have got here for the advice going forward, we've got Scorpio, I transform, and we've got Maeve, cycles and rhythms. So the Scorpio energy is transformative. So this is the endings and beginnings, or the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter, clean slate energy. It could also be, going from one cycle into another. Perhaps you're completing a large cycle and now you're moving on to a different cycle, either within the relationship or however it is applying for you. But it could also be that things are rising up from underneath that need to be expressed, or they need to be dealt with. In some cases, it can be things that you weren't aware of that are now coming out to be looked at or addressed. It could also be feelings. It could be your feelings. Perhaps you have boundaries that you need to put in. Perhaps you need a bit more freedom, or you and your partner need more freedom from family concerns. Take it as it resonates. But these could be things that need to be expressed. So these could be emotions coming up, or it could be aspects that were not revealed or not known in a relationship or not seen, whatever it may be. Because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is the lord of the underground. So I think anything that's under the surface comes out, tends to come out under Scorpio energy. But it could simply be expressions of emotions that need to be aired. It could also be that, you may also just feel, either one of you, that, there's some times where you just need time to just relax. Cycles and rhythms go to do with the body. So this is about looking after yourself and your energy levels. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So observe that. When you're tired, rest. When you've got energy, then get on and crack on with other things that you need to do. But you need to honor the cycles and rhythms of your body, because there's an opportunity coming in for you, but you need to be ready for it. If you're exhausted, you're not going to be able to pick that up. Now, this can also be to do with birthing, whether this is physical birthing, as in going through the birthing process or wanting to do that, or it could be birthing of an idea or a new way of life or a new lifestyle, whatever the situation is, whether it's in your relationship or not. It can also be sort of something falling away, some aspect, whether it's an ego death or some other kind of falling away within the relationship or within either one of you, and to make way for something new. So endings and beginnings, something is falling away to make way for new things. That transformative cycle can be exhausting. So make sure that both of you are taking time to enjoy some downtime and look after yourselves during this process. It could also be financial issues that are changing, or things that are like some sort of changing of gears going on here as well. But it really is also about the union or the relationship, or whatever it is, whatever's your situation. How is that together? Are you continuing? Are you going to amalgamate everything, or are you separating things? What are you doing with this? Because this is how the union goes together. The melding of the emotional and material resources. How is that going to fit together or not fit together? What is the situation? So all of that could be coming in as well. Now we have got here, earlier on we had the lunar eclipse change. Lunar eclipse was in towards the end of May, so it could be now that some aspect of that has raised its head already, and you're dealing with that, or the energy of the lunar eclipse is coming in for you now. So this is normally wraps up within 6 weeks or 6 months. So this could have been something that's already occurred and you're still in the throes of it, and you need some clarity around that. But this is having an influence of some sort. It can have a feminine energy. Perhaps it's something to do with your home. So you have another feminine in your home, or it could be accessing feminine wisdom or feminine issues, maybe coming up, especially if you're birthing. That could be very well the case. It can also be to do with something that you were aware of. Something was in the background, something that you were aware of it, some issue or something was occurring or you thought might happen, but you weren't prepared for the speed with which it actually did occur. Now this can be a bubbling over energy as well. So something sort of rose up and suddenly it's in your face and you have to deal with it. Or just something sudden happened. Very abrupt energy, this often comes in like that. And this could have been a realization or a perception shift. So you could have suddenly been seeing something very differently to how you've looked at things in your life up to this point. You're suddenly now seeing something that you just didn't see before, or you're understanding something, and now a whole lot of other opportunities or movement can occur because you're now seeing something that you just didn't see before. So it could be that you could be physically shifting from one place to another, being literally moved out of a comfort zone or a rut or somewhere where you've just kind of been staying robotically living, and now you've been shifted out of that. It could have been a door that closed, and now you suddenly have to rearrange your life. Things can happen like that. But it's an inevitable and a necessary change that has come in. It's something that had to happen for growth and to move you out of a situation which just wasn't helping you in some way, or it could be to move you into something better, to bring in growth. Just take it as it resonates there. We also have here Ishmael Medicine Woman. This is saying that this situation has got the great opportunity for healing, that either one of you or the relationship is being healed, or you are being a conduit for healing in some way. So it depends on your situation, what's occurring within your relationship, but there is healing occurring here. Very, very powerful energy. You are a divine a channel for divine healing power. So you can connect to bring this healing energy into your life, but know that, it's also about your intention. What is your intention with regards to that? Healing yourself, healing your family, healing your relationship, whatever it may be. And as I said to you, with Jupiter and Neptune both in Pisces, especially with Jupiter there now, the opportunity for healing is huge. It really is going to be big, but they're going to be going retrograde, so you're going to be going over ground we've already covered until they go direct again. So you've got an opportunity to refine, to bring in this healing energy, but know that there is healing occurring within your relationship or within yourselves at this time. It could also be that one or other of you is able to do healing of some sort. Now, this could be in words or physically healing, or through a practice that you both have, or one of you has or would like to do. But there's opportunity for healing in all ways and the expression of healing. Now, with that, we've also got balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. So this is saying that, whatever your spiritual aspirations are, whether this is for yourself or your relationship or your family, whatever is your highest and best aspiration, we all have them, but we also need to balance them with practicality. Practical steps need to be taken. So you could have been disappointed, or you could be reaching for something and just not sure how to even bring it down into practical form. This is about taking practical steps. So this can also be about meditating. This can be about doing yoga retreats or spending time in artistic practices, creative practices, and that helps to bring your energy down. It's also about grounding. You need to be grounding yourself, walking on the earth, spending time in nature, doing gardening, whatever it is, to ground your energy, and that will help you to bring these manifestations down, to actually anchor your highest aspirations for yourself. So there's some balance required here. It could also be that you need to bring in practical steps, like asserting certain boundaries around you at this time. That's a practical thing to give yourself space and time and energy. And it could also be that you need to honor the cycles and rhythms of your bodies. So make sure that you are spending time in rest and recovery, in preparation for busy times or for when this opportunity comes in. That's balancing your spirituality with practicality. Take practical steps. Earth yourself, ground yourself, spend time in nature, spend time with your children, whatever the situation is. But you've got to balance the two to make it work. Now, ultimately, what you're going to be aiming for there is serenity. Okay, that's what you want. You want to bring serenity into your life, and you want to anchor that serenity down. But there are some practical steps that you need to take in order to do this. Now, whatever has come up in the last while, whether it was brought in by the lunar eclipse, or even with this advent of this North Node, or even the Scorpio transformational energy, whatever has occurred, it's saying here that your commitment is being tested, okay? So this is just saying to you that there are some aspects of your relationship or of your path, whatever you're on, that you just need to reaffirm what direction that you want to, the direction that you want to go in there. And it could also be, as I said, with the North Node, that could be being tested at this time. Are you going to take up this opportunity? Because, to move, to change direction from one way that you've been going and now you're going to be going in a different direction can cause quite a bit of turbulence. So your commitment is being tested. How all the healing and the connection to the divine and all that is possible for you at this time. How are you going to manifest? How are you going to stick to your course? Have you got a plan? Have you got some sort of goal in mind? And I feel that's where the full moon in Capricorn is going to, as I said, it's going to bring in the opportunity to set goals or a path forward of some kind. But just saying that this is happening for you at this time, and really depends on your attitude and your willingness to change and your willingness to bring in certain things to create a good, strong foundation for yourself. We also have here mutable moon, nothing is set in stone. So there has been quite a lot of mutable energy around, certainly for the last part of June. That is the case. Nothing is set in stone. So this can be read two ways. This is saying that something that you're concerned about or you're worrying about or you're stressing about is not actually going to come to pass. Okay, that could be the case. It could also be that, that something else that you're working on, there may be some sort of adjustment or some other aspect that's coming in which you need to, adjust your sails or adjust the plan in some way in order to get to your destination. And that is why your commitment is being tested. There's something that you need to look at again, and just be aware that there's a possibility that there could be shifting and changing, but just be flexible, go with where you're being led. And this, as I said, could come in with the North Node, where now all of a sudden something is being presented to you, and you've now got to shift and change and go with what is being presented to you. The direction seems to be clear in some way, and something that you may have been stressing about, or something that you've been gunning for, may be shifting and changing, and your flexibility is required with this. Now, for the outcome or the potential, we've got Cancer, I feel. So this Cancer energy is very strong. As I said, there's emphasis on this, particularly for towards the end of once Venus moves out of Cancer, which will be on the 28th of June, but then there will be a new moon in Cancer on the 10th of July. So what the outcome and the potential here is saying that you've got the opportunity to really get in touch with your feelings, your instincts, your intuitions, and to nurture that, and to nurture yourselves and your family and your relationship. Home and domestic issues may be coming up, and that's already been indicated by the fourth house that came up for you. So this is about nurturing. This is about your diet and your health and your well-being and the nurturing of yourselves and your family and those around you that you care about. Looking after yourselves, but it's also a very protective energy, and it's a very resourceful energy. It's very resilient. Cancerians are very resilient people. They can really come out of very, very difficult circumstances on their feet. So, but it's about also taking care of yourself, and monitoring your emotions and your habits and the way you go about things, which is why you've got the cycles and rhythms here. This is about listening to yourself and listening to your moods and your habits, and what when you need time alone. When you need time to just retreat, which is why you've got safe quiet time. Because Cancerians, when they get cornered, sometimes they can get really quite touchy, and that's when they need to retreat and spend time on their own just to recalibrate, to recenter themselves, and then they come back again. So it's that kind of energy. You may need to approach certain things from a different angle as well with Cancer. But it's very much a feeling energy, getting in touch with your emotions, listening to yourself, but also observing your moods and your habits, and just allowing yourself space and time when you feel that you need it, and which is why you've got the boundaries card here as well. So take time when you need it, listen to the cycles and rhythms of your body, and your feeling nature is going to be aspected at this time. The second quiet time, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So I do feel in between, whenever you can, take time to do this. It also helps you to make really good decisions because you're listening. You're listening to your inner self. You're not overwhelmed with 101 duties and responsibilities, and you give yourself no time So this is about giving yourself time to connect to your inner self, to listen, to deal with things, nostalgia may be coming up as well, sentimentality, which is fine, but you bring the hindsight from that. But you can't live in the past. You need to just stay in your present and keep moving forward. So it's about accessing that and listening to, and spending time in quiet so that you can actually understand and know your direction and know which direction you're going in and make really good quality decisions.